Welcome, everyone. This is Dr. Neil Patel coming to you from Breathe with Dr. Patel, your one stop shop for everything breath work and personal development related. Today, we have a beautiful short video for you to help you unload the stress that's weighing you down with a few simple techniques. It's just a few short minutes. I hope this provides significant value in your life as it has changed mine and many of my patients as well. So let's go ahead and get right started. Right. So we have three options on how to deal with stress. Okay. We can use willpower to overcome stress, we can ignore it, or we can change our relationship to it. Using willpower to overcome stress. This is the typical lifestyle that we have in the Western world. We go to work, we, clock in, clock out, we leave stressed out, we come home, we think, okay, I need to exercise, we burn off the stress, we eat dinner and go to bed and do the same thing again the next day. But this is limited, right? Willpower is limited. The body gets sore, the body breaks down, and needs time to recover. And so it's limited in its ability to manage stress. And it's also like a band aid, right? It doesn't fix the problem at the root, it just puts a band aid on the wound, okay? And so, exercise, yoga, breath work, these are all great tools, but they don't really transform the relationship we have with it. We are creatures of movement, so that's part of how we survive and thrive. And without movement, we pretty much just start to die. That's long story short. As we start exercising less and less, the body ages faster and faster, and that's no secret. So if willpower is limited, then and we run out of willpower, then what next? Well, we can ignore our stress. This is called suppression, right? We push things down, we stuff it down into that container of unconscious, and we just get back to focusing on work. We can, get super into our to do list. We can just spend money on something we don't really need. Just buying something, having something nice and new and shiny can distract us from our stress. We can deal with it by overeating, eating the wrong foods. And I've had struggled with this in the past quite a bit, and it's definitely a challenge when you have learned to cope in that way. But the good news is that there's much healthier and much easier ways to cope with it. And obviously, there's many other ways to ignore stress, right? We can do it by drinking, drugs, sex, etc. Anything, any compulsive behavior which gives us a dopamine spike is just there to bathe the stress in ecstasy, while underneath, the monkey mind is just going wild. It's just like the stress is getting suppressed and pushed down. And then at the worst possible time, at the worst possible time, it just, like a pressure cooker, it just explodes. And we pay the price. Our last choice is we can change our relationship to stress. So this is our mindset. This is viewing stress as positive. Eustress. Eustress is a term in physiology that describes, like, for instance, when you exercise, or when you give yourself a mentally challenging task. These types of stress in certain specific amounts are actually good for you. They break the body down and help it regrow and repair and build stronger, mentally or physically. And so we can ask ourselves questions like, how can this actually be good for me? Like, in the grand scheme of things, how can this actually be a blessing in disguise? And when you do it this way, and months go by, and you look back at that stressful moment and you handled it well, you think, "Oh, okay, now I can see how it was a blessing in disguise." But when you get in the habit of writing it down when it's happening, you stay ahead of the curve and you choose to respond authentically, confidently, peacefully, and with clarity. So, this is how you turn anxiety into energy, right? Anxiety, just like any emotion, is energy in motion. So, if you think of anxiety as like this potential to mobilize yourself to take action, then you are transmuting your energy and you're like already like a top performer, because most of us have been taught that when we get stressed out, we shrink, right? We hide, we act out, or we suppress, or we run away from our problems, and that just makes it worse. So, turning anxiety into energy. Now, what are some things we can do? What practices can we do, like in meditation, that really give us this tool to transmute this energy? And this comes to something called body awareness, right? The more stressed out you are, the more disconnected from your body you become. You're unable to feel emotions going throughout your body, because that's where emotions are. They don't occur in your brain, they are felt throughout the body. So, this is something I learned from Dr. Joe Dispenza's meditations. And this is called, um, this is from the book uh, Breaking Out of the Habit of Being Yourself and Also Becoming Supernatural. He talks about convergent and divergent focus, right? So when you bring your attention to like your root chakra, which is, the perineum, the space between your privates and your bum, when you bring your awareness to that space, you feel the energy. That's convergent focus, because you're focusing your energy on one space, one point. And then you bring your attention to like the area around that space, like in a circular spherical pattern. Like imagine it expanding like a sphere, like a sun, completely three-dimensional sphere in every direction. And you're practicing divergent focus. So what that's literally doing is it's like completely reversing the stress signal. Like literally, when you're stressed out, your chemistry in your body is like poison. It's destroying your cells. It's like, breaking up your DNA. It's causing dysfunction in your hormones and all kinds of proteins. And when you practice convergent and divergent focus, you are putting energy in these centers, and then you are dispersing the energy outside of the body. So it leads to this healing state where you reverse all of these damages. And the next thing you know, like, you have this completely different perspective. You have now turned anxiety into energy. I cannot stress how important this is. This is amazing for the body, the mind, and the soul. As a bonus, this is one of the best healing prescriptions I could put together for my patients, and it's been something that's helped me profoundly in my life, and it's there for you to use kind of as a template as you move forward. Whenever you get stressed out and overwhelmed, go out into nature. Just go. Go to a body of water. Go to like the forest. Go where there are trees. Go where there is grass. Go where there is just animals and nature. Spend time outside and be quiet. Just listen. Just observe. Appreciate. When you can listen, observe, and appreciate nature, your stress just, it just gets processed. All right, there's some grand creator who made it this way for a reason, and we can harness this immensely powerful tool of nature to heal us, to bring us back to a state of wholeness. The next thing is 5x5 squatting and deadlifts. Okay, and what this is doing is it's taking all the stress energy that's accumulating in your brain and your body, and it's by exerting the legs in this way, it's sending that stress energy into Mother Earth. It's literally it's sucking the disease out of your meridians, out of your energy channels, and it's depositing it into the earth. And you will notice that you have like this insane sense of clarity and peacefulness when you start doing this every week. Focus on form. Focus on, Google search correct squatting form. Google search correct deadlift form. How to increase deadlift, how to increase squat, and different types of squats. Just learning this tool will be so helpful for the rest of your life. Do that once a week. The next thing is a Thai massage. And this is not a traditional, like, deep tissue massage. This is like a yogic stretching Thai massage where the therapist manipulates your body and does passive stretching for you, where you don't do the work. They put the pressure, they stretch your body, and it literally frees up joint restrictions, increases your circulation, and you start to detox all the toxin, all the stress that has been accumulating in your tissues just gets released and you become rejuvenated. This is much different than like a deep tissue or Swedish massage. Highly recommend it. I've put a couple resources here for you moving forward. The next thing, so the reason I put this is because I am a Wim Hof instructor and I do workshops here in Chicago, and the first YouTube video that I put on here is his very first breath work video. It's 10 minutes long. It gives you a taste of what it's like to use breath work for stress. You shouldn't use this if you're pregnant, have a history of seizures, or really high blood pressure. So consult your doctor before doing any of these exercises. But if everything's okay with your health, then take a look at this video, try it out. I've put my playlist from my workshop below that on Spotify. It's an hour long, and it's the playlist that I use every week at our workshops, which gets pretty good feedback from the people who participate. It is a bit longer, so work your way up slowly. If you need support, email me at breathewithdrpatel or schedule a free discovery call by clicking on this Calendly link. All right, we can discuss what issues you're having, what goals you have, and how we can help you take steps forward. All right, so that is all, guys. I appreciate your time. Thanks for staying to the end, and I hope this improves your life like it has improved my life, like it's improved the lives of my patients as well. So with that, I'm out, and I wish you a very good week. Take care.